Hi, everybody. This is Virginia Milner coming to you for the DeKalb County Library System. And I wondered if I have a lot of spacers that I use, metal, acrylic, things like that, that usually space out your design and are used to kind of just embellish it a little bit sometimes, but mainly just for more of a function than actual design itself. So I thought it would be so much fun to use some of those spacers and actually make something with them. So we're going to make what I'm calling spacer earrings. So they're going to take a collection of my spacers and we're just going to make them into earrings. And they're going to come out really well because I've already done one. So I'm just making the second one. And it's really neat because they're usually neutral shades. You've got your copper and your silver and your gold and your bronze. So it'll go with everything. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make some spacer earrings. And the best part about it is it doesn't take anything special. I don't know with my glasses, I can't see. It just doesn't take anything special. Just your spacers and some wire. That is it. Spacers, whatever spacers you like, and wire. And we're just going to stack them any way you would like for your design to look. So I'm using 22 gauge wire and a variety of spacers. So let's get down here to the mat and get going. Now you will need your usual tools around those pliers, and the barrels are around all the way around. That's why they're called that. And your Theranos pliers, the barrels are slightly rounded on the outside, but the inside is completely flat. And if you buy these in the store or online, make sure you get the ones that don't have those little ridges or grips in the center. Otherwise, they kind of chew up your wire when you're working with them. Then the other is a pair of cutters. It can be flex cutters like this or any kind of wire cutters that you want. For this project, doesn't take anything special other than that. And again, I'm using 22 gauge wire. You can also use 20 gauge wire for this project. It's going to be very simple. I shouldn't use that word. People always say that. It's simple for you because you know how to do it. But I'm going to make this as easy as I possibly can. And we're going to come out with something really neat, unique, and beautiful. Now, those of you who get kits, I'm giving you a variety of different spacer beads. All the kits are not going to be the same. So I am giving you some suggestions of what you can do. I'm going to do 3 pairs. And if I have, who knows, if I have more spacers left over, I'll make another pair. I know I'm going to have more spacers. So we'll see what the time looks like. But I'm going to give you enough in your kits to make at least 3 pairs of earrings. And it depends on how you use them, how you design your pieces, how many beads you want to use in one pair of earrings versus another pair of earrings. I don't know how you could stretch this out as many as you want, because some people don't like really long dangly earrings, but you might just use a couple of spacers in each of your pairs. I don't know how many pairs of earrings you could get out of this. Surprise me and show me, because I would love to see. Enough chitter chatter. Let's get down here to the mat and get started. Okay, let's start with the first set. So what I have here is a little embellished piece of metal that I'm going to use. I'm going to use a couple of these little 4mm round beads and this gold little ridge bead. I really can't explain them, they're spacers. And this little barrel shaped bead. And let's just make a pair of earrings. All I'm going to do is stack them. So what I'm going to need, I'm just going to make little pins to put the beads on. So I'm going to give myself enough. Let's see how much I'm going to need on here. I'm going to need enough here. Enough to make a little stopper on the bottom so that my beads won't fall off, and then wrap the top and make a little loop at the top. So I'm going to put my beads on in whatever order you want them. So I'm going to put those on there. And now I'm going to make my little, over here, I'm going to make my little stopper on the bottom. So all I'm going to do is take my round nose pliers, right through here. So I'm going to take my little round nose pliers, just a little closer. I'm going to take my round nose pliers and I'm going to put a little U-shaped turn in my wire. So I'm just going to just slide my wire in between the jaws of my pliers, right here near the tip. I'm just about maybe a 1/16 of an inch away from the tip of my pliers. I'm going to give myself a turn so that I have kind of a U shape. Notice I didn't take it off of my spool because I don't know how much I need yet. I'm kind of estimating. So I'm giving myself that little turn there. And then I'm going to take my square pliers and I'm going to squeeze that together. I'm just going to squeeze the sides together. So now I have just this little nub down here at the bottom that will catch my beads and keep them from falling off. So that's what I have. And to slide my beads down, that's what I have. And they stay in place. Very good. I'm missing a bead. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Ooh, here's a little issue. I was going to use this little round bead, but it's sliding down into, oh, look at that. It's sliding down into my barrel. So in order to fix that, oh, look at that. I know what to do. Oh, I'm going to get to show you a little hat. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this off because normally what I would do is give myself about 1 inch of wire and cut it off in order to make my wrap loose. But because I'm going to have to do a little hat, I'm going to have to give myself a little extra. And then I will show you what the hat is going to be. I'm going to cut that off. And I'm going to grab, let's see, what do I, oh, you know, here's something right here I can use. I need to put something down in that tube to keep my little silver beads from disappearing in them. So let's try this. That's a little too long. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my silver bead on, but what I'm going to do is put several silver beads on, and watch what I'm going to put these on. Until I have enough to fill up my little, see if this is going to work. I need one more. 1, 2, 3. Give myself one more. That is not going to work. Oh, Virginia. Okay, I'll have to think of something else. Okay, so that's why we play. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this, because it doesn't look like I can use these little 4mm beads because the holes in my little barrel are too large. So I'm just going to skip the silvers. They don't work. I'm going to skip those and just go right into my other little bead. Let's see if I like that. Nope, I think I'm going to go ahead and put some of these on. I'm going to slide these down. Inside here until I have enough of these little silver beads that one of them is sticking out the other end. And now I can put my little flat bead on. And now this is what I have. There we go. Just enough so what I did was put 3 beads down inside my little barrel, and then the third bead is sticking out the other side. There we go. So there we go. There's my little stack earring. Yay, that worked. Sometimes you have to use a little hat. Yeah. All right. So now what I'm going to do is just make my loop. Just make my loop and it will be ready to go on an ear wire. So in order to do that, I'm going to bend my wire to the side, like so. Grab my round nose pliers and slide my wire down about a quarter of the way from my tip. Now, when I say a quarter of the way, my pliers are about 1 inch long, the barrels. So just multiply it by 4. There's 1/4, there's a 2nd fourth, there's a 3rd fourth, there's a 3rd fourth, 4th fourth, and just go a quarter of the way from the tip. But because mine is an inch, that means it's about a 1/4 of an inch, the tip. Doesn't have to be a big loop, just big enough to fit on your ear wire. All right, so I've got my wire in between the pliers. I'm going to bring that tail over the top of the pliers and down the side there. It is. This is blurry here, please. Okay, and then I'm going to, without twisting my wire, I'm going to open my pliers up, reposition them out of the way, and then bring the wire under my pliers like this. So now I have a little loop. And I'm going to wrap my loop. Let me get this. Okay, so now I have a little loop. I'm going to switch to my square pliers and hold on to my loop and wrap the loop closed. I just need one wrap around. Then I'm going to snip off that tail. Okay. Take my square pliers and just push down that little end so that it doesn't snag on anything. There we go. And there's my little earring. Nice. All I need to do is put it on an ear wire, and that's what I have. Now, see, I already made one, and these barrels are so not the same. So this barrel has a slightly smaller opening, so I was able to put 2 of these little silver beads on there just fine. But this one, the opening was too big, so I had to do my little hat. So that just gives you an idea of some different things that you can do with these. Just get creative, use your imagination. There's one pair of earrings, and I'm going to wear it wear it just like that. I have to remember. Let's fix that. There's one pair. Move on to the next one. Oh, you know what? Maybe I could do that. I have a arty friend who's very avant-garde with her earrings. Never, well, sometimes she does, but she rarely wears the same two alike. So I could do this. I could wear one this way and the other one this way. Yeah. In my brain, I might just try that. Move on to the next pair. Let's see. So now I have a bunch of little discs, and I'm going to use those to make here. So let's see here. So again, let me pull my 20 gauge. Let's see how am I going to do this? I used one of my beads. I'm going to switch to gold instead of silver because this is on silver and copper. So I'm going to make a pair of silver, copper, and gold earrings just because why not? This one is silver and copper all the way through. I'm going to change it to silver, copper, gold. Let's see here. So again, I need just enough to make my little tip on the bottom, like this. Just hold my beads on. And then I need about an inch on the other side to make a loop. And then however much space your beads take up, that's how much you need. It's impossible for me to tell you exactly how much you need for each pair of earrings because I don't know how you're going to stack your beads. So put your beads on, measure how much space they take up, add another half an inch for the bottom, which is your little stopper, and an inch on the other side for your loop. And that's what you should have. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my beads on the way I want them. Let's start with the gold. Just put on a little silver and the copper and silver, and I'm just stacking. I am just stacking them. And the copper and the silver and the gold. So I just alternate it. Gold, silver, copper, silver, copper, silver, gold. That's what I have. That's what I have right there. Ooh, I like it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and make a little U-shaped bend in my wire like I did first time. Okay, here's my little U-shape. Squeeze those ends together, sides together, just to create my little stopper. So, and you know, I think it's easier if I anchor it with my finger. And then squeeze. There we go. I got this little nub here. Yeah, I can just squeeze that tighter. Doesn't need to be that big. There we go. Now I'm going to slide my beads down. And it looks like I have maybe an inch of beads here. So then on the other side, I need another inch to make my loop, my wrapped loop. So this is going to take 1, 2, maybe 2 1/4 to 2 1/2 inches of wire. That's it. Teeny tiny bit. This is a good way to use up your scraps and use up your beads. All right, I'm going to cut that off, get myself about an inch. Okay. Bend my wire back, make my loop. Slide my wire about 1/4 of the way down my pliers. Again, I don't need too big a loop, so 1/4 of the way is plenty. bring my wire over the top and down the side of my bead, reposition my pliers, and bring my wire under to make my loop. Here we go. Let's switch to my square plier and wrap my loop. So just take that little tail, wrap it around. I only need one wrap. One wrap is enough. And if you didn't want to wrap these, you really don't have to. I just wanted to. Put their little tail off. Like that. And put down little tip. There we go. There's another earring. Easy peasy. So now I have one with gold and I have one with silver. He will be so proud of me for being a little avant-garde with my design. Do-do-do-do. I like it. Let's do another one. This is going to be really easy. I have another one of these barrels. I really like these barrels. And then I have these little rib spacer beads. And I'm just going to put them together. I mean, I don't know what could be easier than that. And I can see that this is only going to take about an inch, if that, of wire. So I'll need that, another half an inch for my little tip, and another inch for the other side. So 1, 2.5 inches, 2 1/4 to 2.5 inches is all I need. Again, very, very little. I love it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Where's my ruler? Let me go ahead and pull. Let's see what, if any, we have left. Okay, so that is, and right there. Okay. Wait a minute. Here we go. All right, so now first I'm going to make my little tip. I'll make my little U shape. Again, I'm right here at the tip of my pliers. Maybe a little teeny tiny bit away from the tip, but not much. Make a little U shape, like that. Grab my square pliers, squeeze that tip. And roll. Unless I anchor it somehow. There we go. Just put my beads on, doing it very simple. Silver, copper, silver. For those of you who like smaller earrings, I think that's going to be very pretty. Very basic. And just very nice. Okay, let's make a loop. Bend my wire off to the side. And notice that I'm bending it right at the top of my bead. There's not a whole lot of space in between the bead and the bend. Okay. Slide my wire down 1/4 of the way from the tip. Bring that wire over the top and down the side. Reposition my pliers and bring the wire under my pliers. There we go. And let's make my loop. Have my square pliers and wrap. And I only need one wrap around. Just enough to close it up. And that up a little bit. There we go. Cut off that tail. that I don't need. Push down that little tip that's right there because you don't want anything sticking out that will poke your ears. There we go. Earring. Oh, here's the other one. Earring. Look at that. Isn't that neat? Oh my goodness. That will go. That'll go with what I'm wearing right now. Oh yeah. That will definitely work. You know me, I like a lot of color usually, but every once in a while you just need to be able to grab something that goes with whatever you're wearing. What time is it? I think I have time to do one more. Should I do one more? Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. All right, here's a nice long spacer. Yeah. So again, I think I've got about an inch of wire. We're going to need an inch, maybe a little bit more for this because it's a little longer. Together, see. That might be about an inch and a quarter. And another quarter for my tip. So that's an inch and a half. Yeah, it's still going to take about 2.5 inches of wire. Let me measure and see. 2.5. Get back here. 2.5. Okay. Let's see how well I do on my estimation. All right. Make my little U shape. Close it up. Wow, that went a lot easier. Practice makes perfect. There we go. And just stack these little beads. I'm going to go with a round copper, this long one, another copper, the gold one. This is the same one I used on this one too. Oh yeah, okay. It's getting the workout. And another round one. Now, I gave myself 2.5 inches of wire. And as you can see, I did not need that much. So this has got to be another inch and a half. Oh yeah. So I've got an inch and a half left. I probably only needed 2 inches for this, but that's okay. All right, let's make my little loop. And right there at the top of my bead again. Grab my round nose pliers. Slide it down about 1/4 of the way from the tip. Bring that wire across pliers and down the side. Hold on to everything. Don't let anything shift. Open my pliers up, reposition them out of my way, and then bring that wire under the pliers. And now I have a nice little loop. In fact, I think I'll make it a little smaller. In order to do that, I just need to pull the wire to get rid of the excess space. So now I have a slightly smaller loop on top. Grab my square pliers, hold on to my loop, and give it one nice wrap around. You know, clip off that tail, pull 3/4 or so of wire that I'm not using. That's okay. It happens. Push down that little end. Get down there. There we go, nice and tight. And I have an earring. Ooh, another pair of earrings. Isn't that awesome? I am really bad sometimes at forgetting my earrings. So I find it nice to be able to just carry a few pairs of earrings in my purse that'll go with anything. And guess what? These are them. These will work. What's the other one? Here, oh, I said I was going to do these. I don't know if I'm brave enough to do it, but I'll try it. And there we have it. There we have our nice stacked spacer earrings. Just used a lot of spacers and made earrings out of them. What could be neater than that? That's it, ladies and gents. That is our program for today. Okay, so I decided to put these on. I decided to go ahead and put these on so that you could see them. Isn't that awesome? Anyway, those are our earrings. We just wanted to take our little spacers and make something out of them. I mean, we have tons of spacers. Why not use them for something other than practical? That's it. That's our program for today. I'm really going to do something else with the spacers because I have so many of them. And I think it would be really neat to use it for something decorative. So anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope, against hope, that you will let me know what you think about it. My Gmail is jewelrygin20@gmail.com. That's JEWELRYGIN20@gmail.com. You can leave comments and pictures. Please leave me some pictures at the DeKalb County Library Facebook page, which is facebook.com/DeKalb Library. That's facebook.com/DeKalb You can also leave comments at the library YouTube page, which is youtube.com/DeKalb Library. I'm frozen. Why am I frozen? Okay, I don't know what's happening. I hope this is still recording. We're finished. I don't know. For a second there, I froze. We're all finished. I hope everything came through okay. Let me know one way or the other. And until next time, have a great week. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.